I'm Kristen Oakes-White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. As you can see, my partner Avery Davidson is still traveling the world. I guess Japan and Thailand weren't enough for him. So Avery, tell us, what are you doing in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, Kristen, I figured after going to Bangkok, Thailand and Tokyo, Japan, I would hit one more nation's capital, ours, Washington, D.C. In fact, I'm at the American Farm Bureau Federation's TV studio, and I'm inside because, well, outside it's been a little cold and damp. That's a stark contrast to the warm welcome Louisiana Farm Bureau young farmers and ranchers received as they made their rounds on Capitol Hill. This trip was a little different for this group of 9. Not only did they visit with the policy shapers here at the American Farm Bureau, they also visited with undersecretaries at the USDA who write the rules based in law passed by Congress. And of course, they also made their rounds to the offices of senators and congressmen who represent them at the Capitol. Both U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy and Congressman Ralph Abraham say visits like this are very important to them.
We live in a representative democracy. I'm hired, if you will, to represent. If I don't hear from the folks back home on a particular issue, I cannot represent them as well. The things that I know to be important, I know to be important because farmers such as these explained it to me. I need folks to explain their issues. They did a great job.
When I see these young people that are working from can to cane, trying to make a profession out of anything agriculture, it makes me very proud. But to hear their needs, to hear their wants, and to hear their concerns, for us on the Hill, that is a critical element of taking their message back to that ag committee, back to that full committee on the agriculture, and then to the floor for a vote, so we can make sure we take care of them.
Coming up next week, we'll have some reactions from these young farmers and ranchers who were on this trip, so be sure to tune in for that. In Washington, D.C., I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Avery. Well, while Avery, Neil, and Carl were traveling across Southeast Asia, the rest of us were in Austin, Texas for the 101st Annual American Farm Bureau Federation Convention and Trade Show. During the convention's opening session, Louisiana Farm Bureau was recognized as one of the top state farm bureaus with the prestigious Pinnacle Award. Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation President Ronnie Anderson accepted the award and was extremely excited about the win.
And the Pinnacle Award for Membership and Program Achievement for Group 5 goes to Louisiana. President Ronnie Anderson, please step forward to accept this award.
Now, the Pinnacle Award is just that, the top honor a State Farm Bureau can earn for program and membership achievement. Here's a look at the reactions from the big win.
This was totally unexpected. When they said Louisiana, I went, woo!
This is the Pinnacle Award. It's the highest award for states of our size and for the programs that we have, and it's a great honor. And totally a surprise to me. I didn't know it was happening, so this is good. National championship, and now this is the national championship for Farm Bureau.
Congratulations to all of Louisiana Farm Bureau's membership and staff for achieving this great honor. To see more photos and videos from the American Farm Bureau Convention in Austin, head over to our website at twilatv.org. Well, while we were there, President Donald Trump recently spoke to a very large group of farmers and ranchers during the American Farm Bureau Federation's 101st Annual Convention and Trade Show in Austin, Texas. This was the third time Trump has addressed Farm Bureau's convention crowd. The president thanked farmers and ranchers for supporting him and reiterated his administration's trade, regulatory, and economic successes. Here are some of the sights and sounds from his visit.
Now can you read it?
President Trump is coming to talk to the American Farm Bureau Federation today. Again, this is my third time. I'm super excited. He loves farmers and he loves Farm Bureau Federation. He thinks we're the best, and we are the best. Farm Bureau is the best.
We're gearing up for President Trump's third address to the American Farm Bureau Convention, and I know that Farm Bureau members are incredibly excited for that. President Trump really appreciates the support from rural America and especially the farming and ranching community. He's had a couple of big wins specific to agriculture this week, with USMCA making it through the Senate, and then the first leg of the trade deal with China being signed this week. So I think that he's coming to a largely friendly audience to talk about some of his major wins.
You know, he's placed the focus on rural America, and for good reason. We have a strong voice, a strong following, and Farm Bureau represents rural America and rural communities. And it's fantastic to see a president that placed so much emphasis on something that is really the backbone of America. And today, I feel like he's gonna do that, and it just makes you proud to be part of such a strong organization that the president recognizes enough to come here 3 years in a row.
I know,
So,
right?
Yeah.
Have you been in Louisiana?
Yeah, I have been visiting all 3 times.
Yeah, I have too. So.
America has always been a farming nation, founded, built, and grown by people just like you, who pour out their heart, soul, and sweat into this land, who wake up at the crack of dawn, who plow the soil, plant the seed, and tend the fields from the dawn to dusk, and do not rest until that job is beautifully, perfectly done. Does that sound familiar? I think so. Farmers have always been the keepers of our great American values. You champion the love of family, the dignity of work, and the glory of God. You teach your children to celebrate our nation, defend our freedom, honor our values, and to always respect and cherish our great American flag.
If you want to watch the entire speech from President Trump's address at the American Farm Bureau Convention, head over to our website at twilatv.org. Well, get excited. The 2020 crawfish season is off to a roaring start. With a mild winter, abundant mud bugs, and cheap prices, it seems like everything's good. As Neil Melanson tells us, though, this early start is leaving producers and processors in a pinch.
It's opening time here at Capital City Crawfish, and like the sign says, the bugs are hot and ready to go. Business is also hot here at the start of the day and also this time of year. Owner Will Boutte says business is up and prices are down.
We're building up big time. We have tons of new customers come in every day. We have a big online presence, so we get a lot of traffic from people visiting from out of town.
Will gets these sacks from ponds in central Acadiana. He drives up to 4 hours each day to get them fresh. One of the farms in that area is D&G Farms near Iota, Louisiana. Here they use push boats to bring in the crawfish by hand so that the fields aren't torn up for rice planting later on. It's one part of their strategy that also includes their own processing. Jared Frey says it's an early start to the season this year, and while crawfish are up, his profits are down.
It looks like our volume of catch is a little better than normal, but the price is a lot lower. So we looking at, we always work on dollars naturally, and we're almost 40% less income on gross numbers than we were year to date last year. So that's significant.
As you can see from this grader behind me, there's not much going on processing-wise right now. Due to the early season they're having a lot of trouble here at D&G Farms in finding labor. Now what they do is they take some of this live crawfish you see in front of me here and they put it directly in the cooler, especially with the weather being the way it is this time of year. That way it remains fresh. And that's a good thing, as they're going to have to rely on that freshness later on in the season, especially in the summer and the fall months when they provide crawfish to these restaurants as they do all year round.
As for us, we're not doing anything right now. The prices are low enough to start doing it, but we don't have workers in. Some of the processing plants do have workers in, so they're doing a little bit. I'm sure it'll come around, but just like I tell anybody else, a day not fished is a day not fished. A dollar not earned is a dollar not earned. So all that money that we missed out on earlier in the year, we don't make that up.
Back at Capital City Crawfish, Will is cooking up another round for hungry customers. Crawfish have grown in popularity not only here at home, but across the entire South. The demand belies some pretty big problems for the industry, though, as farmers aren't necessarily getting the benefits from all the demand, according to Farm Bureau's Commodity Director, Ron Harrell.
You're going to have to fish your ponds. You're going to have to get the numbers down so that the crawfish, you don't have the competition like you do right now with all the different sizes of crawfish because of the early season that we're seeing.
Now, as you saw, I interviewed Jared and Dana in front of a cool-looking gazebo. As part of their farm's efforts to diversify, they have a construction company that builds ponds, pads, and everything in between. They built this one so that Dana would have a place to go bass fishing every evening after work. It's an unusual but cool feature that shows just how talented farmers can be. And Kristen, of course, as we look at the crawfish season so far, I mean, I talked to Will Boutte, who's the owner of the Capital City Crawfish. He's been selling since the end of October. So, I mean, the season is, of course, people weren't really super much, buying a whole lot at that time. But now the amount of crawfish that's coming in is just unbelievable, and we're just starting to see people go in and buy all this stuff. But it looks like his sales are more than double of last year.
We had a crawfish boil. It was the first crawfish I've had all season on Saturday, and they were small, but they were some of the best I've had in the last few years.
The good news is they should be getting bigger sometime here in the next, as we get towards March.
Well, we'll keep my fingers crossed. I'll be ready to eat all they can chuck out.
Me too.
So thanks, great story, Nimalasan. Well, speaking of crawfish, it's time to start looking at prices from around the state. Each year during the season, we do some spot checking for you, sponsored by the Louisiana Crawfish Research and Promotion Board. Of course, please check prices in your area before each weekend, as they do tend to change. Let's start off at Capital City Crawfish in Baton Rouge, where you can find them live for $3 a pound and just about $5 for boiled crawfish. In the Lake Charles area, check out the Sausage Link in Sulphur, which has them for $2.75 for live crawfish per pound and $4.99 for boiled. In West Monroe, Gene Cox Grocery has them at $3 a pound, while boiled will set you back about $5.29. Again, you should call or use the Crawfish app to find the best prices in your area. If you live in an area that grows crawfish, often the best way is to buy directly from a farmer. They'll definitely be the freshest. And thanks again to the Louisiana Crawfish Research and Promotion Board. And wherever you go to get crawfish, please ask before you eat. Coming up after the break, Chef Celeste is renowned for her incredible dishes. Jennifer Finley goes with her as she dishes about her secret ingredients. Stay with us. Around here, we follow many of the markets, the stock market, the commodities market, but there is one market in particular that TWILA's Jennifer Finley likes to follow very closely, and that's the farmers market. In this episode of Field to Feast, Jennifer takes us over to the Red Stick Farmers Market to check in with Chef Celeste and update us on what's in season right now.
Field to Feast with Jennifer Finley is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef is what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
Welcome to Field to Feast, where we profile Louisiana and its local ingredients. This morning, we're at BREADA's Red Stick Farmers Market, and we're going to meet up with my good friend, Chef Celeste. She and I are going to walk the market and see all the goodies that are now in season. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning. And I'm owner of Chef Celeste Bistro here in the Red Stick Farmers Market in downtown Baton Rouge. I am the ultimate foodie. I grew up a foodie that I wasn't going to be a chef, and every time we go to the store, well, what is this? What is that? Can I taste this? Can you buy some of that? So I can take it home and cook it. So being here at the farmers market, I am loving every second of it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What you got, Chef?
Well, I have fennel
for every
broccoli.
one project.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not allowed to get fennel and broccoli?
For every one
No.
that you get.
Hey there.
William.
What are y'all doing?
How
Good.
are you?
Hey, Jennifer. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Morning, Chef. How are you today?
Good, good, good.
Tis the season.
Yes.
It
is.
The season. This is our first picking of strawberries for the 2020 season, and we're so excited about it. We just need a couple pints for today.
We do, but that's just a start. I'm probably on the way. Before I leave, I'm going to swing back to get a crate.
I encourage that kind of thing. Take your time. You let me know when you're ready. We'll be glad to help you.
I know you will.
All right.
I'm
These
so
look gorgeous.
glad it's time for strawberries.
Ooh. Which one is that?
This is a new one we have, the sweet
I'll
onion
do one of
garlic
those.
sauce.
Oh. Okay.
So which one would you suggest? That one?
That one.
Okay.
And it's good for even like when you're doing your ribs. So do a rib roll with it.
I need
want
some pepper sauce for my greens. Delicious. I'm gonna do this. And what are you gonna do?
I'm doing the hibiscus tea. And you know, Celeste, we also have the hibiscus tea mixed with the elderberry.
May we get 2 of these, please? Because we can call each other while we're drinking tea and just kind of converse over the phone. And
Now, see, that sounds like a tea party without leaving your house. I like that.
That's the best kind of tea party.
The farmers here at the market, a lot of them have been here since the beginning, since before I got here. So I've had a chance to see their children grow. They've seen my children grow. And they've helped my business tremendously because I'm farm to table on most things that I can. So they will grow new products. Chef, try this here. Chef, I have something that I want you to test out for me, and vice versa. I'll go to them, and if I see a product, like, well, how would you prepare this? And then I go and try it that way. So it's a working relationship, and it's beneficial both ways.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, and one more token.
Now, for me, this is the best part because you're spending your tokens. Louisiana sweet potatoes.
I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm going in for the sweet potatoes.
Get the sweet potatoes.
I'm going in for
That'll
the
work.
sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, you got some cilantro?
I have cilantro and green onions.
I think that might be my favorite flavor.
It's
in the
really
entire
good.
World.
And try it with your strawberries because it's really good.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good morning. How are you? May I try your sunflowers? Ooh. I will. It's my favorite thing to do. Okay. I'm so glad I haven't had breakfast yet. Good morning. How are you this morning? Everything's getting a little bit heavy.
It really is. You have what? We have about 10 pounds each.
Yeah. We can lift weights. Right. What do we have here?
Good morning.
Good
we have
morning.
homemade sweet potato pies and homemade tea cakes.
I see. We have plenty of goodies. So we're going to be all set, ready to go.
Let me open the door for you.
Oh, well, thank you. If I pick up kale today, I'm going to try it a different way. I may do an Argentina kale. There's a big world out there. And we have your supplies right here at the Red Stick Farmers Market.
Darlene Roland, and I work for BREADA, which is the local nonprofit that runs Red Stick Farmers Market. We're here in downtown Baton Rouge every Saturday at 5th and Main Streets from 8 a.m. to noon.
So, Darlene, we just spent the morning walking the farmers market with everything that is now in season, and I just wanted to do a little deeper dive into the Red Stick Farmers Market. Can you tell me about the market?
Absolutely. The market has been here since 1996, so we are going on our 24th year. And it's just a wonderful place where consumers can really connect with the people that grow their food. So, you know, some people think, oh, I'm just going to get some vegetables, which of course we have such beautiful display of vegetables each week. But you can get meat, you can get honey, you can get value-added items like jams, jellies. So it's just a wonderful place where us as an organization, we're really trying to connect these farmers directly with consumers so they can stay on their farms, make enough of a living so that they are able to keep farming and provide this wonderful produce for our community.
Tell me about the organization, BREADA.
BREADA stands for Big River, not Baton Rouge, Economic and Agricultural Development Alliance. And again, really, if you think about those words, it's really about providing those economic opportunities for our agricultural producers. We have farmers that come from all over the state, and they come here every Saturday morning. We also have market on Thursday at Pennington, and at the height of our season, we have up to 4 to 5 markets per week. So we're really trying to expand those opportunities where they're getting that direct retail price for their product instead of, you know, selling it to a middleman. So really at the core of everything we do, it is supporting and sustaining small farmers in Louisiana. We have our Red Stick Sprouts program where we're really trying to show the next generation, you know, this is where your food comes from. This is the people that grow it, and we give them $2 in tokens each time so they can come and shake the hand that feeds them. They can meet the farmer. They can try kale. We have recipe tastings for them, and we work in the schools with children to show them how to plant and harvest food. So it's a lot more than markets, but this is sort of, you know, our crown jewel, like I said.
Cheers, friend.
Cheers.
All right, to elderberry hibiscus tea.
I like it. And this is even with no sweetener in here. Just straight.
Warm.
Yeah.
So what do we have? I got some of the Feliciana's Best heavy cream, fat-free.
Yeah, right. Fat-free, and I added sugar to this. So,
oh my gosh.
But everything in moderation.
Including moderation.
Yes. 'Cause this is it's delicious. Try this here.
Oh, dangerous.
This is like a modified shortcake. Take a bite. Okay, I got to fill that back up.
Oh my Lord.
I know. And it's simple, clean ingredients.
Oh my.
Tea cakes, didn't make those, got them from the market. Cream, didn't make it, got it from the market. Add a little bit of honey in there or sugar, whatever one you want. Strawberries, got them from the market. Quick stir by hand. That's the consistency I want, and that's it.
Thank you for spending today with us.
Thank you.
So
for
much
having
fun.
me. Yes.
And thank you so much for joining us today here at the Red Stick Farmers Market. We will see you next time on Field to Feast. More?
Field to Feast with Jennifer Finley was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
Before we close out the show this week, we have a TWILA boost that will surely warm your heart and make you feel good about the youth livestock programs that are growing the next generation of farmers and ranchers. 12-year-old Ryder Day made history last week when he and his Hereford steer won the Grand Champion prize at the Fort Worth Stock Show. It was the first time since 1982 that a Hereford breed had won the prestigious honor in the competition. The next day, his steer named Cupid Shuffle sold for a record-setting $300,000 at the Fort Worth Stock Show's Sale of Champions. When asked what he planned to do with all that money, Ryder fought back tears as he explained his plans and shared his gratitude.
I got 300 GKB, is that right? 310. 310. You know, Hellwood has bought this thing the last 2 years, and they bought it several years in the past. I would hate to see them lose it for just a mere $10,000. 310,000. 310,000 on it. 310,000. Anybody else? I don't want to miss you. 310. Ryder, you still like it? Yes, sir. All right, 310. 310. Good 310. Who that 10? Get that 10. Who that 310,000? And I have sold your Grand Champion steer for $300,000.
Nothing can go through my mind. It's too much to think about, nearly.
Do you have any idea what you're going to do with that money?
We're going to spend it on a college, go to college, and help build our. After we get out of college, me and my brother help build a rancho, just like my parents and my grandparents and their parents before them.
Now, if that doesn't make you smile, I'm just not sure what will. What a great story about an amazing young man. Congratulations, Ryder, on a very well-deserved honor. Well, that does it for this edition of TWILA. Be sure to join us next week when Avery will share more with us from his trip with the young farmers and ranchers to the nation's capital. Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org or on our YouTube page. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And by the way, we have a new Instagram account where you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at what we're doing here at TWILA. The handle to follow is TWILA_TV. For all of us here at TWILA, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.